I'm sure everybody knows Imba Boy. I'm sure everybody knows Esthon. Let's get it on. We got another best of three here between WOGPA, Not So Pikachu. Let's see who's going to take game number one. This is now the winner bracket semi-finals. So whoever wins this series will move on to play against Lunar Tier, which Lunar Tier is basically the Michael Jordan of Han right now. They are, not to say unbeatable, but they are more or less the team that wins like every tournament as of recently. So Lunar Tier is the team to beat. They are awaiting whoever wins this one in the winner bracket final. This is winner bracket semifinal, best of three, and we are ready to get it on. Let's speed up a little bit here. We'll talk about some of the bands, and then we'll get into the picks. So we have Tundra, Tempest, and Forsaken Archer going to be banned here by the Legion side. So the Tempest is an interesting ban, most likely respect ban. The Tundra and the Forsaken make a lot of sense, very strong and competitive. We have Nymphora, Engineer, and Clanks. I don't really understand the Clanks ban from Hellborn. I understand when it comes out from Legion, because we have Imba Boy, the most notorious Clanks player in Han on the Hellborn side. But they're going to ban the Clanks here, as well as the Nymphora and the Engineer. So we have a first pick of Andromeda coming out, which means Zane gets to play his trademark Keeper of the Forest. Keeper of the Forest with Flux. They already have Wombo, Combo, Synergy, Teamfight Presence, the whole shebang, starting off in just 2 picks. And then we have a Zephyr coming out on the Legion side. Now the Zephyr, you're probably saying, why would they pick up a Zephyr, Wig? And here, I'm going to tell you why they're going to pick up a Zephyr. The reason you pick up a Zephyr is because Zephyr dumps on Keeper of the Forest in lane. So if they can match up Zephyr versus Keeper of the Forest, he will just omega snowball. He will get huge, massive on the bird. He'll be unkillable early game, and he'll be just chewing through tree dogs like he's a beaver on crack. Okay, he's a beaver on crack even though he's a bird. Okay, I know it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense, trust me. So the Zephyr is a counter pick to the Keeper of the Forest, and that's why they picked it up here on pick number 2. And the Magnus is going to be pick number 3, which means we'll probably see a Kinesis ban, but they're going to value that secondary support Magnus, which means we're probably going to see a tri-lane, a solo Zephyr, and another solo hero. So let's see how Not So Pikachu responds. They're going to ban the Corrupted Disciple, a fantastic tri-lane carry. So they're like, okay, they have a Zephyr, they have 2 supports, they want a tri-lane. So they're going to ban tri-lane carries and hard carries that are going to take over the game. Moon Queen, very good against Keeper. She builds Geobane, Shrunken Head. Doesn't get affected by Keeper roots. Very smart ban. We're going to see Kinesis as the first ban from Legion, because when you have a Magnus in the first 3 picks, you never want to give a Kinesis to the other team. Vindicator also going to be banned out here by Sigma. Now, what's interesting is Vindicator is normally very good when you go up against Flux lineups because you can prevent the Wombo combo, but they're going to ban the Vindicator themselves. They're going to say, hey, we don't want you to have the ability to pick Vindy before we can get it, because they get to pick first. So they're like, we're going to ban Vindy so you don't get to stop us from stopping your combo. It's the mind games. It's the mind games of New Earth. So Vindicator gets banned. And then we have a last ban of Lord Sulfuras. I don't know why they're banning the Sulfuras. Maybe because they have a carry in mind they want to pick. It's just a good hero that they like to run on Esthon, and he seems to murk everybody when he plays Sulfuras. So, to be honest, I think it's just a respect ban. It's a really hard hero to deal with. They could also lane the Sulfuras versus the Keeper. And then the Sulfuras could have a good game. Like, there's a lot of heroes that just shit on Keeper in lane. So, they don't want to give them another option to do that. So they're going to ban the Sulfuras. And then Sigma last bans the Torturer, because Imba Boy's been playing carry Torturer a lot. They don't really feel like picking up a Mage Bane. That's usually one of the best ways to deal with Torturer. So yeah, we're going to have those as the bans. Then we have a Monarch into a Deadwood. So just looking at the hero picks and the players, I would say this is Monarch and Deadwood for supports. So Deadwood's going to be a second support played by Make. He loves to play Deadwood. Zane's going to play Keeper of the Forest position 3. Doze is Flux, and the last pick is for Impa Boy. So they're going to pick a hard carry on the last pick once they see the whole lineup from Legion. So that's the advantage of being second pick, is you get the last pick, your carry. And they're going to have to wait and see what the Legion lineup looks like. So let's fast forward. They're going to pick up 2 more cores, a tri-lane hero and a solo. So the solo is Pestilence. Last pick's a tri-lane carry. All right, so it's Calamity. So it's Calamity and Pestilence. They have a tri-core with Zephyr. I think it's a pretty cool lineup. Calamity is nerfed, but still very good. And Pestilence is like low-key pretty strong, but people don't really play it. It's very good against the Keeper here. And in general, they have a Flux and a Deadwood. So the more strength heroes you have, the Pestilence is very good because once he gets Staff, he just swarms everybody, and all the tanky heroes they're not tanky anymore. They have no armor, they just die. One of the weaknesses of strength heroes is when they have no armor, they just melt. So, and they already have low armor. They're not agility heroes. So Pestilence is very good here. It's also very good against the reveal from Keeper. So he can invis his teammates, but Pestilence will see them. So it's a very good pick this game. It'll work very good with Calamity's early or mid-early game power spike with Funeral Pyre. She does lots of right-click damage. So even though she's like seen as like a magical type carry, she does right-click pretty hard, and Pestilence will help with that. Not very good synergy with the Zephyr, but it doesn't matter. So we see Zephyr solo short, we see Pestilence mid, and we see tri-lane top. I could have almost told you this would be the exact laning phase without even loading into the game. It's just, this is how their lineup works. We'll see how they respond. They're going to send their tri-lane bottom against the Zephyr. So we'll probably see some mind games for laning phase, rotations. Keeper of the Forest definitely doesn't want to lane against a Zephyr. He is way more happier to face the tri-lane than Zephyr is to face this tri-lane. So right now, the laning phase, I would say, is favoring Hellborn by them dodging tri-lanes. If they can fight the tri-lane, the Monarch Deadwood Swift tri-lane is not that bad. It has a bit more catch and range than the Legion tri-lane, because the Andro and the Mag are very low range early game. Very interesting, the Magma says Toxin Claw, by the way. I want to point that out, because that's weird as fuck. KG, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you're not going to auto-attack anybody. I don't know why you have Toxin Claw, but YOLO, you do you. Anyway, back to what I was saying. We have Pestilence versus Flux in the mid lane, so that should be a slight advantage for Flux early game, but you gotta watch out for Pesty. He's a sleeper with the Gore procs. I don't know when he's gonna get Gore. Probably either level 2 or level 4. It depends on how feisty Eslan's feeling. He's gonna get a level 1. Okay, fuck me, I guess. Eslan just... Oh, he already threw a corpse at Doze. It's worth. Excuse my profanity. Sorry, I got a little excited. But yeah, he's gonna spec Gore level 1. He's just gonna start smashing creeps into Flux's face with the last hits. Keeper's going to pull the wave and take the wave behind his tower, which is pretty interesting, actually. I don't know why, it just looks funny, I'm smacking creeps. Alright, anyway. Deadwood putting some pressure out on the bird. The bird is almost dead. I mean, Zephyr is not very good into tri-lanes, so he's going to have a hard time early. I definitely like the free farm on the Calamity, but Sootblade is, I would say, pretty good against Calamity, just in general. Magnus Toxin Claw smoking the tree dogs. How's mid lane going? 9-2 against 7-0. Okay, Eslan's beating Doze, no surprise. Alright, Zephyr TP top. He's like, guys, I can't play against a tri-lane. We gotta swap. He needs the Keeper matchup. But here's the thing. Hellborn can respond and just TP back to the opposite lane. And then... Oh, what the hell's happening mid lane? We got a party. All the supports are in mid lane for Hellborn. They couldn't kill Eslan, though, because he had Bottle already. Magnus and Monarch. I still don't know why KG has Toxic Claw. It's actually kind of low-key. It's kind of triggering me a little bit. But it's okay. I will get over it by probably in like an hour. So we have Andro, Calamity bottom, Magnus. Not sure where he's gonna go this game. Okay, he goes in on the Flux. Impale Stun comes out. Does he get a lucky bash? Oh my god. Esthon. And he gets another bash. Even Doze's pissed. I was like, wow, he needs a bash on that exact hit, and he got the bash. That was crazy. We haven't bashed Make, man. And Pestilence is, I told you, he's a sleeper good hero. People just don't know it. The Ties know it, because they pick Pesty all the time, but NAEU, I don't think they realize that Pesty is actually a good hero. Alright, so Imba Boy smacking creeps up in top lane. Now he's free farming. Zane's like, okay, brother, I will go to the bottom lane and suffer. I'm used to this. But he's getting last hits behind his tower. I mean, he's not really suffering that bad. Got 11 last hits. It's 200 GPM. He's doing okay. So anyway, we have a slight lead for Legion here. It's only 1 kill. Esthon with a Bloodlust is 460 GPM. 4-minute rune is going to be guarded here. Top lane by Deadwood. Keeper's doing another doggo pull. Pulls 1 creep. Doesn't matter because he's got lane control already. Oh, he's trying to... this is funny. He's trying to take the creeps behind the tower so he can deny the wave. Oh, he's going to miss a creep. Get the creep! XP! Man, he's going to miss the catapult. Bro, get the catapult! It's XP! Oh my god. Meanwhile, Zephyr is up against a tri-lane again. He's dead. Oh, what was that sound when he dies? That sounded funny as hell. Oh, man. He should just go Banan mode and just go Jungle Zephyr. And then they could just have Magnus Suicide in the top lane. I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world, honestly, if Magnus just sat top and collected experience. And then Zephyr... Because, like, who's gonna jungle anyway? It's not like Calamity wants jungle. It's not like Pestilence wants jungle. They should just stick Zephyr in the jungle. Put me in, coach. I know how to jungle Zephyr. I can smack creeps with Cyclones. I'll be the best 300 GPM bird in the jungle you've ever seen. Alright, so Swiftblade, I think he's specking stats. He spins in on the bird! Bird gets Falcon punched. Not really. He's only level 3, but he gets Oak bolted in the face. I'm telling you, man, just go jungle on the Zephyr. It's gonna be better than feeding. Is Keeper dead? Is he dead? Is he dead? He's dead. Redboard under tower. Very good. Securing the kill. The Keeper armor is so annoying, though, I gotta say. Armoring towers is a thing. Sag. And he bashed the creep, too. Bashing everybody. Or technically goring. Oh, Rotten Grasp. Oh, he's dead. Wait, is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. If Doze didn't have DD, I think he was fine. Actually, no, he had Discharge. He was dead. I lied. They just would have had to burn an ultimate. Hey, they're doing what I said they should do. Magnus should soak experience top, and Zephyr should go jungle. It took a few deaths, but they figured it out. Alright, he's not actually jungling. He's just going mid to feed instead of top. Alright, my bad. What the heck was Doze doing behind the tower? Doze was lost. Another Calamity player maxing dragons. I just don't understand. The E-spell is way better, guys. Oh, that is... Oh, man, that's big Sag. Imba Boy did not pray to the RNGesus. He needs to sacrifice toenail clippings now. And maybe he will get the lucky bounces next time. Come on, Zephyr, you can do it, buddy. Get the cyclones going. Take down the jungle creeps. Just so you know, Super KG, boots are really good on Magmus. You should probably buy boots instead of Toxin Claws. Oh, man. This is too funny. We got an aggressive Keeper of the Forest here. Root is down, though. He's trying to find a target to bonk. Oh, he didn't bonk him with the... He didn't bonk him with the root. It wore off. You have to be near a tree for this to work. It is one of the problems. Oh, Redward's down. There's a swarm. Keeper's dead. Bestie has another stun, but level 1 flight's not going to get him in range or enough speed to chase. Ron Grasp dodged here by Calamity. Runs into the Monarch, crippling Pollen. Chrysalis comes out on Deadwood. So Blade Spin is down though. Magmus, he's like, guys, I'm here. Who do I stun? But nobody, there's no follow-up. So he can't go in. He was Toxin Clawing them. Alright, Zephyr uses Ultimatum on Jungle Creeps. Look at that. He's 250 GPM. He's level 8. He is the highest level in his team, and all he did was feed this game. Imagine if he was jungling from the start. He would have been probably like level 9 or 10 right now. It's almost like what I said was actually good. He took out the jungle stacks. He's flapping his little birdie flappers. We got a team fight potentially happening bottom. Rotten Grasp. Oh, big Rotten Grasp from Mucky! It's huge! Magmus can't go! Can't get a stun off. Roots hold Zephyr in place for a bit. Swiftblade doesn't have... Oh, he does have slashes. Choosing not to use them. Doesn't want to slash into Creep Wave. Does slash. They take out Esthon on the Pestilence. Here comes a discharge into Rotten Grasp number 2. Mucky. Huge Rotten Grasps on the Deadwood. Zane goes down behind the tower on Keeper. I don't know what he was doing, but he was like, oh, I'm going in, guys. And they're going to retreat. I mean, they should be happy. They got Magmus and Pestilence dead. They blew all their spells. They didn't have punch. They should call it a day, but they gave up a kill. It is what it is. They gave up 1 kill. And now Zephyr will continue to flappy smack down the camps. So what's he going to buy now? He has 100 HP, no regen. He's got armor boots, which, you know, that's not that bad. He's probably going to be a punch target this game. He just has regen. Okay. Makes sense. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go a Black Helm this game. I don't think it's a good Shaman's game. Maybe he'll go like an Energizer or something. I really don't know. But I would like to see him just get tanky so he could frontline for the Calamity. I think Andro died trying to ward. Still has the ward on him. Oh, maybe he got this ward down and then fed. But he got the ward down. That's what his goal was to do. Alright, so Keeper's up in the top lane. Has roots in 20 seconds. He kind of showed himself without showing himself. Like, tell me you're here without telling me you're here kind of thing when he showed the tree dogs. Alright, so Eslon's got a haste. He's 370 JPM. I think he's gonna go staff first item, but we'll see. I don't think we'll see him go PK. Calamity smoked up going mid lane. Steam Boots Calamity, that's different. I don't think I ever see people buy Steam Boots on Calamity. This is just a Ghost Marcher's hero. You want to be fast. You want to outrun everybody with all the stats and move speed you steal. He's not even leveling the E maxed out yet. Alright, Rotten Grasp hits onto Andro. She gets punched. Okay, Mage is pissed. The Andro clearly did something to him that he doesn't want to remember. Monarch also gonna die here, so they got the Andro, but they lost 2. Hasted Pesty. Typhoon will do that. Keeper, he's pushing forward. He gets stunned though. Couldn't get the smack on the Calamity. Switchblade has Abyssal Skull. Still hasn't leveled his counterattack yet. I'm a bit surprised by that. Probably will get it later though. 200 GPM on the Keeper. He's probably going to go for Sorcery Ring into maybe full Starscribe. We'll see what he does. Lux is smoked here. Oh, baby, they want a team fight. They have roots on Keeper. I don't know why Keeper has none in E. It's like such a 1-point wonder spell, even if... I mean, I would level this over the trees, personally, but like, it's such a good 1-point wonder spell. You spawn more trees when you right-click. And he has no attack speed at all. He's like not even on... He's like slapping like a wet noodle. It's underwhelming. What's going on mid lane? We gotta push. We got a potential defense coming out. Switchblade is smoked up. Deadwood pushing forward, thinking about grasping, but not gonna do it. Instead, he's just right-clicking the creeps. Everybody just falls back. Everyone's like, okay, we don't want to fight. We don't have ultimates on our side. We don't have Typhoon. We don't have Box. Sunder's Vault. Fine, I'll call it what it's supposed to be called. But they don't have the big spells, so they're just going to give up their tower. Pesty's going for Alkbones. Oh, man. Eston, why do you play like me, bro? It's scary sometimes. He's going to go for the Alkbones and then the staff, probably. I don't know many people that do Alkbones on Pesty. Most people just go into staff. But he's valuing the bones here. He's having a pretty good early game. He's 390 GPM. It's not bad. It's better than Doze. He's on 374. But Doze actually goes for Steam Boots and the Vitalizer. Big team fight happened in top lane. Mostly just a gank on the Calamity and the Andromeda. They did use swap, but it doesn't matter because they've had 5 players up here smacking Calamity into the respawner with his comrade, Andromeda. And meanwhile this was happening, everybody else was mid and bottom, spacing the map. We have a life tube on the Zephyr, some casual regen into Glowstone. So he's a bit conflicted whether he wants to build an item or just go for staff. Looks like he's just having the casual life tube for the regen. It's a bit weird, but he's valuing the staff. I guess maybe he's going to staff the Pesty, and then Pesty doesn't have to buy his own staff this game, so he can just go Alkbones into PK Shrunken. One of the things I do like about the staff on Pesty is it tanks you up, because a lot of the items you want to buy on a Pesty do not actually bulk you up, and you're very squishy. Zephyr got punched, Switchblade ulted, and sent to Jesus. I missed it on camera, but we can just assume what happened because we heard the owl screech. All right, Knuckles Switchblade. I've been seeing a lot of people do this lately. I find it weird to buy Knuckles on Switchblade. It just doesn't seem like a Knuckles hero. Oh, it's a dead Andromeda. Oh, or is it? That's a really good swap. Oh god, here comes Pesty! Here comes Pesty! Boom! Shagalaka. Oh, he even taunted him, bro. Full HP. That's confidence. Here comes a Monarch Chrysalis. Doesn't matter. Sigma gets the kill. He's flying again! He's flying again! Where are you going, Deadwood? You ain't going nowhere, buddy. You're going to the respawner is where you're going. Pesty is such a good hero when you have momentum. You just fly around the map. I need to keep my camera going, though. Oh, man. He's diving a little bit too deep. Eston, what are you doing, man? That's too far. You're going to get locked down and feed. I think he's having a little bit too much fun. How dare he have fun while playing a video game? That's unheard of. I mean, he did ruin his team's chance of getting this tier 1 tower, so it was for sure a misplay. But yeah, you gotta know when to put the brakes on. And this was a full throttle. I was in the sports car, just, you know, I just turned 21 and I'm excited I can drink alcohol, and he just sent it. And he had to learn real fast that sometimes you crash. Monarch not gonna eat the rock here. Andro does fall. Zephyr is going for staff. He's got Mighty Blade. Swiftblade is hunting the bird. I don't think he can solo kill him. Maybe he's not even hunting the bird. Maybe he's trying to hunt Calamity. Oh, he just barely missed the Andromeda and the Calamity. That could have been bad news bears. Swarm comes out after the spin. They're going to see him for the next 30... What is it, 30 seconds? How long does the swarm last for? Yeah, it's 30 seconds. Okay, I was right. Lux has 2,300 gold. Haven't really talked too much about Doze this game. Normally, a lot of the times I see him go for the Ghost Marchers and the Energizer. He does love his Energizer on Flux, but he's going to go for Steam Boost this game into a PK, following up the Vitalizer. So he is 440 GPM, but they're lacking the third hero with Farm, because right now it's Keeper with only 270 GPM. Deadwood gets caught here. Actually, I think he went in. No, he went in for a kill because he PK'd and used this punch. But they were baiting. I don't even know who he punched. Was it? Well, anyway, he fucked up. He died, and it didn't work out for him. So that's all we need to really know. Invis on the Flux here. This could be a kill on the Magmus. If Monarch can land the Pollen. Oh, good Steam Bath Disjoint coming out from Super KG. So super disjoint on the super crippling pollen, and he survives a gank. Hellborn's going to try to do Legion's Kongor in their face. Imba forgot to pay attention that there was a boulder being thrown at him. Doesn't matter in the end because he's healing up the damage. Monarch has his glasses on though. He sees it. He dodges. He's like, I don't want to get hit by that shit. That hurts. They're gonna maybe get this kill. They have a Word of Sight. This is Hellborn's Word of Sight down. They actually steal the Kongor away from Legion. So if they want to TP and do their Kongor now, oh, are they gonna be greedy? They're greedy for the kill. Andro is gonna die. Here comes the TP though. Magmus doesn't have a PK, can't get in range for a Lava Surge, and they're actually gonna walk away with an Andromeda kill and the Kongor, and maybe even pressure this tier 2 tower now. Zephyr has a staff, so his Typhoon hits the entire monitor so far, which is going to be pretty nice. He gets more Cyclones. He gets, I believe, 13. Is it 13 total? Something like that. Yeah, it's 13 Cyclones. So he gets some more Cyclones. You're going to take out the tier 2 tower, and now they're going to mass TP for their own Kongor. Or maybe they just want to defend middle. Keeper will armor up the tower, being very obnoxious and making it hard for the tower to fall. Zephyr is level 15. You would honestly never know that Zephyr had such a bad early game by how like the game has progressed, because he's 3 levels higher than everybody else. Deadwood tried to punch Calamity, but he has an Abyssal Skull, so he has so much armor. He's on 18 armor, and it didn't really do anything. It was a level 1 Deadwood Willowmaker. Very optimistic, to say the least. Here comes Pesty flying in! He's gonna kill Flux. Doze's like, what the hell? That's my hero I like to play. You're using it against me? Put Swarm on him and just deletes him from the game. And now they're gonna be able to take out this tower because it's 3 versus 5. They're not gonna be able to defend this. We have a Geometer's Bane on the Swiftblade. And if I know correctly, I think he will go for a either a Shroud or a... I think it's going to be a Nullfire Blade next on the Swiftblade, honestly. He's thinking about going in. He's got the Swarm on him now, but he can spin it off and remove it. The tower is going down, even with Keeper Armor. That tower melted very fast. And, oh wow, it's an Insanitarius. I did not expect an Insanitarius pickup on the Pestilence. That is actually pretty nice to see. What I would really, what I could really hope for is for him to go Twin Blades, and then he just cores everybody. But I don't think he's going to do it. I think he's going to go Shrunken Head. Alright, is this enough for a token? They have 20 seconds, but they're going to take a team fight instead. Magnus getting locked down. Hey, take him out first. Chrysalis on the Flux, keeping him alive. Flux is in the midst of everything. Swift Slash is on the Bird. Bird is healing with the Cyclones. He is going to get swapped, but he dies anyway. Keeper of the Forest also dead. He got his root off. It didn't matter. And now Swiftblade gets locked out. He's all by himself with just a level 9 Deadwood who's already punched. And that's going to be... Oh, Islan misses the stun. Didn't do the math. Does get a hat trick on Calamity, though, and they might be able to steal the Kongor now because only Deadwood is alive. So 3 players, can they? I don't think they can do it, actually. They need all 5. They need the Zephyr probably to tank it, but they stopped them from doing it. They prevented a token. And this Pestilence hits pretty freaking hard. What's he hitting for? I should check it out. Turn on the Incense, bro. I want to see what you're hitting for. He's hitting for 170 max damage. That looks pretty nifty. Alright, so anyway, Zephyr will most likely staff the Pestilence, and then the Pestilence will probably buy either a Portal Key now or a Shrunken. And I think the Shrunken probably is a little bit better. He's playing more of like a right-click Pestilence than a go in and initiate Pestilence. So they have a ward here, but it doesn't spot the Kongor due to this tree wall. And they're going to give up the Kongor. So it's another buff to Hellborn. Meanwhile, they're trading up in the tower, up in the top lane. I don't think they'll defend this tower. The Calamity will take it out. I believe Zephyr just bought his legacy upgrade. Let's see if I'm correct. I wasn't watching. And it's a legacy upgrade for Pestilence. I love it. Very good. Andromeda buys the Jade Spire. Or maybe it was just a recipe. I don't know. Keeper has Star Scribe. We'll probably see him go for a Portal Key so he can follow up the Flux PK initiation, and then they can root everybody. Here comes a jump from Flux. They took out the Bird. Wow, he died fast. That was 3 ultimates used. They punched him as well. They're mass TPing top. Sinner's gonna be used right away from Calamity. He smokes up. They're going for the Andro. He gets caught, he's dead. They lose the tower to the creeps, so they did at least get the tower. What will Calamity buy here? I think it has to be Geobane. Normally you want to buy a... Is he killing Deadwood? Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, that should be an easy kill. They do get Magnus down to the jungle here. Pestilence! Oh, he couldn't do the Incense toggle with the spinning Swiftblade on him. I was gonna say, usually you want to buy Dawnbringer on Calamity. It's one of her best items. But in a game like this against Swiftblade and Keeper, either you can buy the Dawnbringer, but then you need Shrunken and Nullfire, which is sub-optimal. You probably just buy the Geo and the Shrunken and call it a day. Problem is he won't be able to have slow to chase people, but he'll still be very fast. So the Geobane is nice, and I think it's the correct call this game. You do have to itemize for every game accordingly, and this game calls for Geobane, so I agree. So Flux is 165 gold away from a Shrunken Head, and Swiftblade is building. It's a Nullfire. I figured that's what he was gonna buy, and it seems to be what he will go for. The good old Nullfire Geo combo. So he can purge wings off the Pesty, which is pretty nice, so he doesn't get outran. There's actually an 11,000 experience lead for Legion. That is a lot of experience, actually. They're out leveling them very hard. The GPM is not too bad, only 5k. Bird is getting spun on. Calamity Box comes out. Chrysalis on. Monarch himself. Meanwhile, they do take out the Bird. Slashes are going out in the background. He takes out the Magnus, and the Andromeda dies as well. So it's a hat trick for Swiftblade. Pesty and Calamity are the only ones to live. Pesty has to fly on out of here. He's spotted by the tree dogs. And they only killed Monarch, who cocooned himself. Funny enough, there was no Keeper Root used in this fight. That could have been even worse. If they had Keeper Rooted onto Pesty or Calamity, this could have been a 4th kill. So they won this fight while losing by 4.8k gold and 11k experience. Very impressive, I would say. Bird did not get off his Typhoon. So I think that was probably a big part of what went wrong, is their most farmed guy, no, their second most farmed guy, sorry, didn't get off his big ultimate. If he got the Typhoon down, that would have caused a lot of disruption. Looks like they will turn their attention over to the Legion Kongor. And I gotta say, even though they are in a deficit here, they're the ones doing the... not the plays, but like they're the ones making the map presence felt. Calamity's countering with a tier 2 tower push. They might think they can defend this if she wants to TP, but has to get the tower first. Yeah, they're gonna give it up. They see the ward here, by the way. Perfectly placed reward on the stairs there. They don't know about this one. Oh, looks like they had a ward and they probably saw him place it, so makes sense. Alright, we do have the portal key on Keeper. We have level 3 Nullfire on the Swift. And normally Imba Boy would buy a Shroud here, I think. But I don't know if he goes... Does he go Shroud against the Pestilence? I don't think he needs to. I think he could maybe go for Wingbow instead. Or even Frostwolf Skull. Honestly, Frostwolf Skull wouldn't be that bad. I don't know if it's what he would do, but I think a Frostwolf Skull would be pretty cool. He uses this Geobait very offensively here. Magnus Eruption. Cleans up the creep wave. Andro, who did he swap? Swapped out. Calamity Box comes in into the Keeper Root. Swift Slash is bouncing around. There's a lot of targets to hit. Not killing anybody just yet. Pesty lives very low life. Swiftblade does die. They only take out Andro. Flux ends up falling. Calamity's full HP now, pushing forward on the Monarch. Meanwhile, in the background, there is Keeper of the Forest getting gang banged by a trio. Double tap comes out for the Zephyr. I gotta say, the Swift Slashes, there was just too many targets to hit. Pestilence almost died. That would have been huge, but they still had Calamity full HP, soaking everything. So I would say they probably want to invest into an Arcane Bomb now. Looks like Monarch is buying that against the Geobane of Calamity. Get rid of some of these illusions. Help out the Swiftblade bounces. Help with the Focus Fire. But that's going to be a Rex, if not 2. Should be only 1 Rex. The respawns are 20 seconds at the moment. So the lead's starting to come through now. Creeps are going to finish off the Rex. Zephyr has a Firebrand. I gotta love this casual Life Tube. What's KG buying? It's a Storm Spirit? Or, no, it's probably a Sand Scepter. He doesn't want to get Keeper Rooted anymore. He's pissed. It's like, this damn Keeper Root. Can't play a game. So, are there any big items around the corner? There is a Shroud picked up on Calamity. She's 650 GPM now. Just farming away. Got the Sinners, the Geobane. Looks like he's going for Genjuro. I think he might have just bought it. Andrew maybe going for a tablet. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it's got to be tablet, right? He's going to smoke and ward the base here. Oh, Magma stops the Monarch TP. That's about it, though. Oh, the Revelation is just out of range of this ward in the Hellborn base. Oh, Pesty went Demonic. I guess Aslan is just not going to go Shoka in this game. But man, he is a right-clicking Pesty. His raw, like, right-clicks don't deal that much, but man, does he have a lot of attack speed with Bones and Demonic. This looks like a Warbeast build I would do, minus the Incineraries. Steam Boots, Alk Bones, Demonic. Now he just, well, he has a built-in bash. I guess he doesn't need the Twin Blades when he has this much attack speed. He's just missing the Shield Breaker and the Shrunken Head. But yeah, if he doesn't buy Shrunken, I'd be very surprised. He's also not opting for the PK, so he just continues to go the Battle Pesty. We have the Genjuro finished on Calamity. I think Imba Boy bought something. I don't know what it is, but something tells me he's... Yeah, I knew it. I said something tells me he's going to buy a Shroud. Even though he has Keeper in his team, even though like there's a Pesty on the other team. The Shroud is still good. It gets him in position, but it feels a bit weird to go Shroud this game. He might be able to make it work. It's still a strong item. Only costs 2,600. Magnus jumps on the Monarch. Oh, swap out on the Magnus from Andro. Alright, Calamity Box only hits the Keeper. Slash is going out, spreading the damage a lot. Switchblade's stuck in a Typhoon now. He's dead. Half the team wasn't there. They did already keep a root. They didn't use Deadwood Punch. And they're just gonna CC. They were down by so much. Even though the hero kills are almost even, the farm is just overwhelming. The farm is overwhelming for Legion. They have the third core with big farm, and the Legion had a Keeper with sub 300 GPM. So that's gonna do it for game number 1. It's gonna go to WOGPA.